Please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now convened for its 79th regular session. The Honorable Vice Governor, Adeline M. Angeles, presiding.
The 7th regular session of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now called to order. Requesting the gentleman from Torrijos, representing Sangguniang Kabataan, Honorable Bertinus Valencia, to kindly lead the invocation to be followed by the national anthem, Marinduque March, and the board members' creed.
Let us bow our head, and in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Lord in heaven, we come to you with thankful hearts for bringing us together today. I ask that you fill each of our hearts with your presence. Lord God, today we earnestly pray and hope for your blessings as we deliberate while in session. Please give us more strength individually, both physical and mental, clear visions and capabilities to enable us to deliver the basic services and the other needs to our people. Grant us patience toward each other and help us to be respectful of each other's input. As we have various conversation, I ask that you will help us to communicate well. If there are any misunderstandings, I ask that you would help us to clear them up. Thank you for every gift that we have been given. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y bungay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka lang magiting, sa manlulupi, kita masisingin, sa lalat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo mahal, ay nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang pinamahal. Ang isang ng watawat mo'y nagumpay na natitigil, ang bituin ng araw niya kailan magpapalipatigil. Yung palang araw ng maraming pagsita, kaya langit sa atin ko. Aming ligaya naman may mamagin, at lahat ay nagdahil sa'yo. Isla kang hiyas ng bansa, ganda mo'y bigay ni Batala, mga dagat mo't mga lupa, sa yaman ay sagana. Ang iyong kakatinog at nabundukan, ay yaman ang kalikasan. Ikaw ng Diyos sa aming ibigay, ingatan ang karapatan. Halina ang angin itong nagyamanin, ang lupain ay aking bungalin, nakasalino ay aking gamitin, umulan ang bayan natin. Kilaya namin minamahal, pangakit ko tahimikan, ang sinumang sa iyo ay mananan, ligaya ang makakamtan, sa puso't isip ng iyong namamayan, kaya bumili ang iyong yaman, nang sumakanan ang lumakilang, ang malungkot aming mutya.
Honorable Caballes, for the board members' creed.
Board members' creed. I am a provincial board member, given the mandate to serve my constituency through responsible, responsive, and effective legislation, provide dynamic leadership, promote and maximize the delivery of basic services for the general welfare, under a regime of a truly consultative and participative democracy. I impose upon myself the supreme obligation to perform and carry out the functions prescribed by law, unselfishly and with utmost dedication, thereby becoming a genuine catalyst of change in my locality and our nation.
Thank you, Honorable Caballes and Honorable Bertinus. Requesting our secretary to kindly call the roll.
Honorable Mark Julius P. Caballes, Honorable Aurelio J. Leva III, Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, Honorable Bernardine Opis Mercado, Honorable Melgabal R. Encabo, Honorable Mercedes Arrijano, Honorable Danilo R. Red, Honorable Ishmael D. Pilim, Honorable Jose Neril L. Manggol, Honorable Carlos F. De Peralta, Honorable Bertinus A. Valencia. Madam Presiding Officer, with the 10 members of the board present, we have the necessary quorum for this afternoon session.
Let it be put on record that Honorable De Peralta is on official travel attending the oath-taking of the National League of Liga ng mga Barangay. And with that, the Chair declares the presence of quorum. Recognizing Honorable Aurelio Leva III.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer. Good afternoon and good afternoon, my dear colleagues. For the reading and adoption of the minutes of the previous session, dated March 22, 2024, may I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes and consider the same as having been read without prejudice to the submission or manifestation of corrections by the members of the board. I so move.
There's a motion from the Chair of the Committee on Rules for the body to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the March 22, 2024 session and proceed with the correction. Any objection to that? Hearing none, proceed, Honorable Leva.
Inviting members of the board who have some corrections with the minutes of the previous session. Since no members of the board manifested any corrections, may I move that we approve and adopt the minutes of the 78th regular session dated March 22, 2024. I so move.
Any second to the motion by Honorable Leva, duly seconded by Honorable Valencia, Honorable Lim. Any objection? The Chair hears none. The motion is approved. The minutes of the March 2022-2024 session is now adopted without correction.
For the matters arising from the minutes, Madam Presiding Officer, last session, as manifested in the minutes, we have adopted several resolutions of congratulations to some outstanding students and their coaches and school heads for garnering several awards in the national competition, and we have invited among them the following few students from the our Mother of Perpetual Soccer Academy, from the Buenavista Central School, and from the Holy Child Jesus Parochial School, Buenavista. May I ask that we recognize the following: Miss Casey Quinto, Melan Briones, Denver James Rosas, Denver La Rosa, Eliza Jane Antopina, Adelmo Nambillo, Kimberly Medina, Anselin Del Mundo, Casey Quinto, and Melan Briones, Anselin Del Mundo, Kimberly Medina, Kedrick Villamor, and Greg Aaron Quinto, including their coach, Mr. Adelmo Nambillo, all of them from Our Lady of Perpetual Soccer Academy. From Buenavista Central School, Zion Arnold Lumagi, their coach, Ines Magparangalan, and the parents, Father John Erap Lumagi and Maria Abigail Lumagi. From the Holy Child Parochial School, Buenavista, St. Cyrus Dazer, and Coach Crisel and Limpiada.
Marami pong salamat for your being with us. You may take your seats.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that the distinguished author read the citation?
But before that po, sa ngalan po ng Sangguniang Panlalawigan, in advance ay nagpapasalamat po kami sa ating mga inimbitahang panauhin led by their coaches from the different three educational institutions that we invited. Marami pong salamat sa inyong pagpunta dito sa amin. It is a privilege and an honor for the Sangguniang, for this august body to have you. Yes, the sponsor, who is the sponsor? The sponsor of the resolution, Honorable Bertinus, is recognized.
Resolution number 1210/2024. A resolution congratulating and commending the learners, coaches, and the entire administration of our Mother Perpetual Soccer Academy, or OMSA, in Torrijos, Marinduque, for reaping numerous awards in the 20th National Science Quest held on February 23 to 25, 2024, the Teachers Camp, Baguio City. Authored by yours truly, Chairperson, Committee on Youth and Sports, sponsored by Committee on Education, Culture, and Arts. Whereas the Association of Science Educators in the Philippines, or ASEP, recently conducted the 20th National Science Quest last February 23 to 25, 2024 at Teachers Camp, Baguio City, which was participated by various schools in the country. Whereas, aimed at promoting academic excellence in science, the learners from primary and secondary schools competed in the said discipline while practicing camaraderie, sportsmanship, and collaboration. Whereas, the learners from our Mother Perpetual Soccer Academy, or OMSA, in Torrijos, Marinduque, equipped with their passion for learning and dedication for excellence, stand poised in showcasing their talents and in representing not only for their institution, but also the entire province of Marinduque in the 3-day competition. Whereas, carrying their hopes and dreams, and fueled by their determination and quest for success, the learners from OMSA bagged numerous awards in the said competition, thereby proving the excellence and quality of education in the province. Whereas the winning students and coaches has indeed brought another pride of honor to the province, which is worthy of recognition and commendation, and will also serve as inspiration to the other aspiring learners in the province in their quest of knowledge that is leading to a greater height. Wherefore, upon the favorable recommendation of the Committee on Education, Culture and Arts, and motion of Honorable Bertinus A. Valencia, duly seconded by Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, it was resolved, as hereby resolved, to congratulate and commend the following learners, their coaches, and the entire administration of our Mother Perpetual Soccer Academy in Torrijos, Marinduque, for reaping numerous awards in the 20th National Science Quest held on February 23 to 25, 2024 at Teachers Camp, Baguio City, to wit: Cassie Quinto, champion, Saiches; Mellard Briones, champion, Saiches; Denver James Rosas, champion, Psycholage, 4th place, Sai Scriptural Quiz B, grade 10; Denver La Rosa, champion, Psycholage; Eliza Gian Antopina, champion, painting; Adelmo Nambillo Jr., champion, Sai Photojournalism; Kimberly Medina, Ancelen Del Mundo, Cassie Quinto, and Mellard Briones, 2nd place, Sai Scriptural Quiz B Group; Ancelen Del Mundo, 3rd place, Essay Writing English; Kimberly Medina, 3rd place, Sai Scriptural Quiz B, grade 12; Kendrick Villamor, 4th place, Sai Photojournalism; Greg Aaron Quinto, 5th place, Sai Photojournalism. Resolved, finally, that copies of this resolution be furnished to the aforementioned winning learners and their coaches. Copy furnished the OMSA School Director and the DepEd Schools Division of Marinduque for their information. Adopted this 15th day of March 2024 at Buwak, Marinduque.
Again, let's give them a warm applause. Narito po ang ating mga awardees mula sa Our Mother of Perpetual Soccer Academy or OMSA, led by their coach, Mr. Adelmo M. Nambillo. Again, a warm applause to the learners.
May we call on the podium Greg Aaron Quinto, 5th place, Science and Photojournalism.
And may we request also the chairman of the Committee on Education to kindly join the chair, the presiding officer, Honorable Red.
May we call also the coach, Mr. Adelmo Nambillo. Kendrick Villamor, 4th place, Sci and Photojournalism. Kimberly Medina, 3rd place, Psych Scriptural Quiz B, grade 12. Anceline Del Mundo, 3rd place, Essay Writing English. Kimberly Medina, Anceline Del Mundo, Casey Quinto, and Melan Briones, 2nd place, Sai Scriptural Quiz B Group. Telmo Nabillo Jr., champion, Sai Photojournalism. Eliza Jane Antopina, champion, painting. Denver La Rosa, champion, Psycholage. Denver James Rosas, champion, Psycholage. 4th placer, Sci Scriptural Quiz B, grade 10. Melan Briones, champion, side chess. Casey Quinto, champion, side chess. Madam Presiding Officer, that's all for the resolution for our Mother of Perpetual Soccer Academy. May I ask that we recognize the lady from Buwak, the author of resolution number 1233 series of 2024.
But before that, can we invite our guest from OMSA dito lang sa front? The chair declares 1 minute recess for a photo op.
Meron pa kasing may dalawa pa.
The chair declares the session resumed. Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize that lady from Buwak, the author of resolution number 1233 series of 2024, as well as 1234 series of 2024.
Honorable Dindin Opis Mercado is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Resolution number 1233 series 2024, resolution congratulating and commending Zion Arnaldo J. Lumagi, a grade 2 SSS student of Buena Vista Central School, for being champion in the Environmental Science Quiz B and sixth place in Science Quiz B in the recently concluded National Science Quest held on February 2025-2024 at Baguio City. Whereas Section 17, Article 2 of the 1987 Constitution provides that, authored by Honorable Bernardine Opis Mercado, sponsored by Honorable Danilo R. Red, Chairperson, Committee on Education, Culture, and Arts. Whereas Section 17, Article 2 of the 1987 Constitution provides that the state shall give priority to education, science and technology, arts, culture, and sports to foster patriotism and nationalism, accelerate social progress, and promote total human liberation and development. Whereas the Association of Science Educators in the Philippines, ASEP, conducted the 20th National Science and Math Quest on February 23, 2024 at Teachers Camp and Skyrise Hotel, Baguio City. Whereas the competition aims to promote academic excellence in science and mathematics and also to create camaraderie and sportsmanship among students, pupils, and coaches. Whereas Zion Arnaldo Kennedy J. Lumagi, a grade 2 SSES student of Buena Vista Central School, participated and competed in the said event and won the championship in the Environmental Science Quiz B and 6th place in Science Quiz B. Whereas the Sangguniang Panlalawigan joins the whole province in congratulating Zion Arnaldo Kennedy J. Lumagi, who has made all Marinduqueños proud for such feat. Wherefore, upon the favorable recommendation of the Committee on Education, Culture, and Arts, and on motion of its chairperson, Honorable Danilo R. Red, duly seconded by Honorable Bertinos A. Valencia, it was resolved at it is hereby resolved to congratulate Zion Arnaldo J. Lumagi, a grade 2 SSES student of Buena Vista Central School, for being the champion in the Environmental Science Quiz B and 6th place in Science Quiz B in the recently concluded National Science Quest held on February 20, 25, 2024 at Baguio City. Resolved further that a copy of this resolution be furnished to Zion Arnaldo J. Lumagi and his coach for their information. Copy furnished the principal of the Buena Vista Central School in the DepEd Schools Division of Marinduque for their information. Adopted this 22nd day of March 2024 at Buwak, Marinduque. Certified to be duly adopted, SP Secretary Mr. James L. Solas, attested by Vice Governor and Presiding Officer, Madam Presiding Officer Adeline M. Angeles.
Thank you, Honorable Dindin Opis Mercado. And at this point, let's give a warm applause to Zion Arnold Lumagi, who is accompanied by her mother, Mrs. Maria Abig, accompanied by his coach, Ma'am Ines Magparangalan. Hindi po ba niya kasamang mother niya? And also, we recognize the mother also, Mrs. Maria, both parents, Mr. and Mrs. Lumagi. Let's give them a warm applause. Okay. So, si Zion muna and si Ma'am Ines. Honorable Red is also invited. Naman. Okay, ikaw muna. Okay, sige. Si Ma'am. Teka, makamakugaran ikaw. Okay. Ang gwapo mo naman. Or maybe can we invite again, may isa pa pala, oo. Pa-picture na rin muna with, Zion dito sa front. Si Saint Cyrus ang susunod po. Okay, the gentle lady from Buwak is again recognized. Honorable Dindin Opis Mercado.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Please allow me to read only the resolution dahil pareho naman po yung content ng ating resolution. Resolution number 12340/2024, resolution congratulating and commending Saint Cyrus Dazer S. Guevara, a grade 6 student of Holy Child Jesus Parochial School, Buena Vista, Marinduque, for being the third place in the on-the-spot painting category in the recently concluded National Science Quest held on February 23, 25, 2024 at Bahagi City. Authored by Honorable Bernardine Opis Mercado, sponsored by Honorable Danilo R. Red, Chairperson, Committee on Education, Culture, and Arts.
Recognizing the awardee, Saint Cyrus Dasser, together with the coach, Ma'am Cristel Ann Limpiada, and Sister Mercy Manggubat is also invited. May we also have the parents who are present, Mr. and Mrs. Guevara, if they are here. The chair declares 1 minute recess. The session is resumed. Sa punto pong ito ay binibigyan po natin ng pagkakataon ang representatives mula sa ating mga awardees para sa anumang mensahe na nais iparating sa kagalang-galang na kapulungang ito. Recognizing Sir Adelmo Nambio Jr. From OMSA.
Hello. To our Vice Governor, Honorable Adeline M. Angeles, and to the honorable members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, on behalf of the OMSA faculty, staff, and administration, we would like to extend our sincerest thank you for acknowledging our effort, and especially po dun kay Bukal Bertinos A. Valencia na aking pong dating estudyante. Salamat po sa mga ganitong pagkakataon po ay lalo pong nagsisidi ang aming mga damdamin na mailabas ang aming angking kagalingan upang ang ating pong lalawigan ay mamayagpag sa anumang larangan. Salamat po at ang aming pong kagalingan at kakayahan ay yaman po ng ating lalawigan. Mabuhay po ang OMSA at mabuhay po ang lalawigan ng Marinduque. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Sir Nambio. May we also have Ma'am Cristel Ann Limpiada, the coach from the Holy Child Jesus Parochial School.
Good afternoon po, Vice. Good afternoon to all SB. On behalf of the Holy Child Jesus Parochial School, kami po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa suporta sa ibinigay niyo pong certificate sa amin ngayon. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. Thank you po.
Marami pong salamat. At this point, recognizing Ma'am Ines Magparangalan, the coach from Buena Vista Central School.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. In behalf of Buena Vista Central School, kami po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa inyong suporta at pag-recognize po sa mga talinong ibinibigay ng mga batang mag-aaral dito po sa lalawigan ng Marinduque. Nawa po lahat ng mga batang may ganitong kakayahan ay malinang pa at masuportahan pa po ng ating lalawigan. Maraming salamat po ulit. Magandang hapon po.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Ines. Sa bahagi ho ng kagalang-galang na miyembro ng kapulungang ito, meron pa po bang ibang nais magdagdag ng, o magparating ng dagdag na mensahe sa ating mga panauhin? From this august body? Kung wala na po, sa atin hong mga panauhin led by their coaches and some parents na naririto ngayon, ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan po, ang 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan ho, ay nagiging regular na kaganapan dito ho sa aming kapulungan. Ang bigyan ng pagkakataon sa formal na sesyon, ang pagbibigay ng recognition sa mga Marinduqueño sa iba't ibang sektor na nagbibigay ng dagdag na inspirasyon at pride sa ating lalawigan for their exemplary performance in different competitions in the regional and national level. Meron din hong ordinansa na nagtatakda ng konting insentibo para sa mga nag-champion at nag-first and second runner-up. Tama po ba yun? Kaya po, yun hong mga nag-champion hanggang sa second runner-up ay meron din hong ifa-facilitate na konting monetary incentives para ho sa inyo. At ito'y ginagawa namin, we also ensure na ito ho ay recorded and that will be played sa social media and other platform para ho maipakita sa ating mga kapwa Marinduqueño ang pagbibigay ho ng pagkilala sa inyo upang maging inspirasyon din po kayo sa maraming iba pa na sa kabila ng mga challenges na nararanasan sa kasalukuyang panahon ay may mga kagaya po ninyo na nagbibigay ng inspirasyon at karangalan sa ating lalawigan. Kaya maraming salamat po sa mga coaches. Alam po namin na kayo po ay wind beneath the wings of these performers and learners sa kanila pong mga magulang at sa educational institution ho, na kanilang pinanggalingan. Marami pong salamat sa inyo. Session resumed.
Madam Presiding Officer, we now go to the approval of an amendment of the agenda.
Proceed, Honorable Eva.
For today's agenda, we don't have any privileged speech nor question hour. For the messages and correspondence from the Governor, we have 4 items. For the communications and petitions, we have 4 items and various sub-items. For the municipal ordinances, for review of the board, we have 3 items and various sub-items. For proposed resolution, we have 2 items. For committee report, we have 3 items. We don't have unfinished business. For the business for the day, we have 1 item, no unassigned business, no proposed ordinance, and resolution for third and final reading. Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the approval of today's agenda without any amendment?
Before the approval of today's agenda, may the presiding officer know if there will be a report from the Committee on Tourism with regard to the output and committee recommendations during the on-site committee hearing? Is there a recommendation
It is not
today?
included here, Madam Presiding Officer.
Yes, I was just reminded that one of the recommendations will be a sort of reconsideration to the tourism development plan. And I think if it will be a reconsideration to previous decision, I think 1 or 2 sessions lang ang binibigay po to make some reconsideration. So, what will be the pleasure of the body with regard to that?
Okay, Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the approval of today's agenda without any amendment?
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The agenda presented is approved without amendment.
We now go to the committee reports. The first item on the committee report is the committee report number 356/2024 of the Committee of the Whole, led by the Committee on Health and Nutrition as the lead committee. May I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Health and Nutrition?
Honorable Dindin Office Mercado is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Committee Report number 356-2024, Committee of the Whole, led by the Committee on Health and Nutrition. Subject, privilege speech of Honorable Bernardine Office Mercado with the subject, paglilinaw tungkol sa hinain ng ilang kababayan sa serbisyo ng hospital. The Committee of the Whole, led by the Committee on Health, unto which the above-titled subject matter was referred to, held a committee hearing on March 12, 2024, and hereby presents its findings and recommendations to this honorable body for consideration and appropriate legislative action. Present during the said hearing are the following committee members: Honorable Aurelio J. Lebad III, Honorable Mark Julius P. Caballes, Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, Honorable Mercedes Arihano, Honorable Danilo Ared, Honorable Bertino A. Valencia, Honorable Adeline M. Angeles. Resource persons: Dr. Ricardo R. Macayaon, MPH, Attorney Romel P. Fernandez, Provincial Legal Officer, Jake Anthony C. Antolin, Radiologic Technologies. Findings: Number 1. On February 16, 2024, the chairperson of the Committee on Health and Nutrition, Honorable Bernardine Office Mercado, delivered a privileged speech regarding some concerns from the constituents on the services of Marinduque Provincial Hospital, particularly the following: A. Non-functional ultrasound machine, B. Non-operational CT scan machine, C. Non-availability of doctors during emergency cases. 2. According to MPH, the technical problems on ultrasound machine started in November 2023 and became totally damaged by January 29, 2024. It is because regular preventive maintenance was not undertaken on the said machine. On the other hand, the CT scan machine was also damaged and was reported to the supplier. However, until the present time, the MPH is still waiting for their action. It was also revealed by the MPH that there was no proper demonstration done by the supplier when the machines were delivered. 3. Services like urinalysis is available, but several patients cannot be entertained due to the lack of medical technologies that would conduct the aforementioned service. 4. Numerous power interruptions were identified as the main problem of the Marinduque Provincial Hospital in rendering services. The radiologic technology suggested or proposed that the hospital equipment machines should be directly connected to the main power source. 5. The hospital should take responsibility for coordination referral with other accredited health facilities in conducting the needed tests for the patients when the services are not available in the MPH. However, the payment must be shouldered by the patient. 6. There is a need to create a permanent position for radiologic technologies in the MPH to ensure the proper operation and maintenance of the medical equipment. Initial recommendations. 1. The MPH should employ a protocol that whenever a new hospital equipment machine is delivered to them, a proper demonstration training on its operation is made with the concerned staff who will directly operate them. 2. A service level agreement between Marinduque Provincial Hospital and an accredited agency should be made to serve as an alternative service whenever the hospital fails to provide such service. 3. The PGM, with the MPH taking the lead, should facilitate discussions, plans, and arrangement with concerned PGM offices to address the problems on electricity supply. 4. Technical study must be done to address electrical supply problem. An arrangement must be in place to ensure that laboratory operations are not being affected by power outrages, such as the possibility of having a separate power generator set for the hospital equipment machines. 5. Hospitals should have a doctor's directory and schedule of their availability as guide for the patients. 6. The request for preventive maintenance of hospital equipments, machines, should come from the chief of hospital addressed to the supplier concessionaire, and such requests must be done in written form. 7. The Sangguniang Panlalawigan should conduct a follow-up meeting to include KPFC as resource speaker to address the issues of the medical equipment. Final recommendations. In consideration of the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends the following. 1. That the above recommendations should be addressed and or implemented by the concerned offices. And 2. That the proposal suggestions to create the position of Radiologic Technologies 3 under the Radiology Section, Ancillary Service, the Division of the Marinduque Provincial Hospital, MPH, be endorsed to the Executive through to the Provincial Human Resource Management's Office, PHRMO, for proper study and subsequent endorsement to the SP for approval. Respectfully submitted, Vice Governor and Chairperson, Committee of the Whole, Adeline M. Angeles, Chairperson, Committee on Health and Nutrition, yours truly, concurred by members Honorable Mark Julius P. Caballes, Honorable Aurelio J. Levo III, Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, Honorable Jose Neril L. Manggol, Honorable Melgabal R. Incabo, Honorable Mercedes Arijano, Honorable Danilo Ored, Honorable Carlos D. Peralta, and Honorable Bertinos A. Valencia.
Thank you, Honorable Mercado. Any clarificatory questions or additional information? Hearing none, what is the pleasure of the reporting committee chairwoman?
I move that this be transferred to the business, for the approval? For the adoption, sorry. I move for the adoption of the committee report number 356-2024 be approved.
Any objection to the motion to adopt the committee report as rendered? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Committee report number 356-2024 of the Committee of the Whole led by the Committee on Health and Nutrition as rendered is now adopted. And with that, in consideration of the recommendations, requesting our good secretary to kindly maybe furnish the local chief executive copy of this committee report, and also a letter with cover letter also to the concerned departments that are expected to address the specific recommendations. Thank you, Sir James. Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Appropriation for the committee report number 371-2024 of the said committee.
Honorable Ismael Lim is recognized.
Madam Chair, Majority Floor Leader, my colleagues, good afternoon. Madam Chair, I present here with committee report number 371-2024 of the Committee on Appropriations with subject various items referred to the committee. In attendance were members Ismael Lim, Jose Neril Manggol. Resource persons were Ms. Miriam Sadiwa, Mr. Sani Paglinawan, Mr. Troy Mercado, Dr. Annette Macayaon, Engineer Edelito Mercene, Mr. Ronaldo Togonon, and Ms. Alma Timtiman. The subjects were, the specifics of the subject, Madam Chair, were the following. Request for supplemental appropriations, number 1,655,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Livelihood, Manpower Development, and Public Employment Services Office, LMD Peso. Number 2, 10,400,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Office of the Governor. Number 3, 4,410,000 pesos for various MOE and capital outlay accounts under the Santa Cruz District Hospital, SCDH. The 452,920 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Warden's Office, PWO. Number 5, 872,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Government Environmental and Natural Resources Office, PGNRO. Number 6, 760,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Budget Office, PBO. Number 7, 25,277,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Marinduque Provincial Hospital, MPH. Number 8, 800,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Office of the Provincial Administrator. And number 9, 550,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Legal Office. And number 10, 500,000 pesos under the Office of the Vice Governor, OVG, intended for the conduct of a legislative caravan and exhibit, legislative summit, and annual congress. And the Provincial Budget Office posed no objection for the approval of the request for supplemental appropriations, provided that it will be dependent on the availability of funding sources. And therefore, the committee recommends the following. Number 1, to adopt a resolution appropriating the total amount of 1,655,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Livelihood Manpower Development Public Employment Service Office of LMD Peso, subject to availability of funds. Details are stipulated in the report. Number 2, resolution appropriating the total amount of 10,400,000 pesos for various MOE under the Office of the Governor, subject to availability of funds. Again, the details are stipulated in the report. Number 3, resolution appropriating the total amount of 4,410,000 pesos for various MOE and capital account of Santa Cruz District Hospital, SCDH, subject to availability of funds. 4, resolution appropriating the total amount of 450,000 pesos and 450,920 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Warden's Office, PWO, subject to availability of funds. 5, resolution appropriating the total amount of 872,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Government Environmental and Natural Resources Office, PGNRO, subject to availability of funds. 6, a resolution appropriating the total amount of 760,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Budget Office, PBO, subject to availability of funds. Number 7, resolution appropriating the total amount of 25,177,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Marinduque Provincial Hospital, MPH, subject to availability of funds. Number 8, resolution appropriating the total amount of 800,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Office of the Provincial Administrator, subject to availability of funds. Number 9, resolution appropriating the total amount of 550,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Legal Office, PLO, subject to availability of funds. And finally, number 10, resolution appropriating the amount of total amount of 500,000 pesos under the Office of the Vice Governor, intended for the conduct of legislative caravan and exhibit, legislative summit, annual congress, subject to availability of funds. And also, Madam Chair, there is a request for a reversion of funds, and thus the committee recommends for a resolution reverting the amount of 70,000 pesos from MOE Other General Services Expense Account number 101-1021-5-02-990 to Capital Outlay Information and Communication Technology Expense, account number 101-1021-1-07-030, intended for the purchase of a one-unit laptop computer for the use of the office of Honorable Jose Nerel Mangol, SP member. Respectfully submitted, Ismael D.P. Lim, Chairperson, concurred by Mark Julius P. Caballes, Vice Chairperson, Danilo R. Red, Member, Jose Nerel Mangol, Member, Bertinos A. Valencia, Member, and Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor, ex officio Member. Madam Chair, with that, I hereby submit Committee Report number 371-2024 of the Committee on Appropriations. Madam Chair, I hereby submit.
Thank you, Honorable Lim. Are there any additional information or clarificatory questions? The chair hears none. What is now the pleasure of the reporting committee chair?
I move, Madam Chair, that the committee report number 371-2024 of the Committee on Appropriations be adopted, Madam Chair. So move.
Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Committee report number 371-2024 of the Committee on Appropriations, as rendered by the reporting committee chair, is now adopted.
Moving further, Madam Chair, that the proposed resolutions stipulated in the recommendation be included in the business of the day, Madam Chair. I so move.
Thank you. And all related resolutions as an offshoot of the adopted report will be included in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Lim.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Chair, may the chairperson of the Committee on Local Economic Enterprise, Public-Private Partnership and Investment Promotion be recognized for the Joint Committee Report number 372 series of 2024 of the Committee on Local Economic Enterprise, Public-Private Partnership and Investment Promotion, and Committee on Science, Information and Communication Technology.
Again, Honorable Lim is recognized.
Madam Chair, I hereby present Committee Report number 372-2024, a Joint Committee on Local Economic Enterprise, Public Partnership and Investment Promotion, and the Committee on Science, Information and Communications Technology with the subject: request of the Governor for an authority to apply for the establishment of an Information Park Center, Marinduque Techno Hub, from the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, or PEZA. In attendance were the members of the Joint Committee, Ismael P. Lim, Melgabal R. Encabo, Honorable Bernardine E. Opis, Honorable Mercedes E. Arrejano, and Honorable Jose Neril Manggol. The findings are as follows. Number one, the establishment of an Information Technology Park Center in Bangbangalon, Buwak, Marinduque, as the Marinduque Techno Hub will bring numerous benefits to the community as well as the whole province. Number two, it will create job opportunities for local residents as well as attract investments and stimulate economic growth in the province. Number three, the establishment of Marinduque Techno Hub aligns with the provincial government's vision and of promoting sustainable development and harnessing the potential of our human capital. Number four, by investing in technology and innovation, opportunities can be unlocked, address societal challenges, and improve the quality of life for all Marinduqueños. Thus, the recommendation, Madam Chair, is that based therefrom, the Joint Committee hereby recommends for the adoption of a resolution authorizing Honorable Governor Presbyterio J. Velasco Jr. to apply for an establishment of an Information Technology Park or Center, Marinduque Techno Hub, from the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, or PEZA. Respectfully submitted, Ismael D.P. Lim, Chairman Committee on LEE, Melgabal R. Encabo, Chairman Committee on ICT, concurred by Aurelio J. Leva III, Vice Chairperson, Committee on LEE, Jose Neril Manggol, Vice Chairperson, Committee on ICT, Member Committee on LEE, Bernardine E. Office Mercado, Member Committee on LEE, Mercedes R. Rejano, Member Committee on LEE, Mark Julius P. Cabales, Member Committee on ICT, Bertinos A. Valencia, Member Committee on ICT, and Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor, ex officio member. Madam Chair, the committee report, Committee on LEE and Joint Committee Report of LEE and ICT under Committee Report number 372-2024, I hereby submit, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lim. Any clarificatory questions from the floor? On the part of the presiding officer, may the presiding officer be clarified why is a particular location in Bangbangalon, Buwak, Marinduque identified for this purpose?
I think, Madam Chair, it is because of the availability of the lot, Madam Chair. We have lot available behind our Capitol building, Madam Chair. It's based on the availability of the lot, Madam Chair.
Okay po. Pag
And
po ba,
according to our research person, Madam Chair, there is a potential because there's a number of people who are in the business of work from home, Madam Chair, in the province of Marinduque. So a hub for them would be suitable, being together with their peers and people of their in the same business. So this would benefit them a lot, Madam Chair. They found out during the collapse of when there was one time there's a glitch in the internet, and on Facebook there were so many complaints from Marinduque. So evidently there are a number of residents in Marinduque who are engaged in work from home, Madam Chair.
thank you, Honorable Lim. Forgive my niscience. Pag sinabi po bang Information Technology Park or Hub, ano po ba ito?
To my knowledge, Madam Chair, the one in UP Techno Hub, it's a call center building, Madam Chair. Primarily, aside from other techno jobs, Madam Chair.
So an area na
Techno
pwedeng
business.
may mga call centers, may mga ano, and Bangbangalon is identified for
Yes,
that
Madam
po.
Chair.
This is still different from our application for the ECO kasi meron tayong request for establishment of ecotourism zone, then agritourism, then this is still another.
Yes, Madam Chair, it's a techno park. Techno hub, Madam Chair, I'm sorry.
Sige po. Okay. So ano pong mga preparations na kailangan gawin dito just for us to have an idea?
Well, first and foremost, Madam Chair, this is required in the checklist. Thus,
May
the request.
parang ganon din sa economic zone.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Siguro ho ay pagkakataon na kasi siguro at least on the part of the presiding officer, focus natin talaga ang pag-establish ng mga economic zones and mga special zones for specific purpose. Siguro Mr. Presiding, siguro po pag sa ating mga kasama, maganda na rin ho na maituloy yung parang hiniling natin before sa ating provincial legal officer na tuloy-tuloy na pag-aaral ba kung papaano isinusulong or ano yung proseso para sa pag-establish nitong mga economic zones na ito. Kasi ho, kagaya nito, there is another, so we still have 2 other pending initiatives and this is another. So maganda ho na magkaroon ng leveling of appreciation and information with regard to the processes na i-undergo nitong mga layunin po nating ito, and at the same time ay regular venue para ma-update din tayo ano ang updates na doon po sa mga previous initiatives, nasaan na po yun, and ano pa yung mga what else needs to be done para po magkatulungan pa pare-pareho. Maybe it's time now to have a special a task, hindi task force, pero siguro hoy isang body that will regularly update or monitor a venue na kung saan magkakapalitan ng information and
Correct, Madam Chair.
the updates of updated information. So maybe that could be one of the subsequent steps that we can do, composed of executive, legislative, and other agencies or offices who could help us understand things.
Yes, Madam Chair. I think they are the intended beneficiaries, Madam Chair, the populace that are skilled, Madam Chair, itong mga techie na mga kababayan natin, mabibigyan sila ng isang lugar na sila ay makakapagsama-sama, may isang hub, malakas ang internet, at for their skills and upskilling, Madam Chair, para ang kasama nila ay sa halip na yung sa halip na mga kasama kung naka-work from home, ay di ang kasama nila ay di yung kanilang siguro mga kasama sa bahay na minsan ay mga may ingay o makukulit o sila na istorbo. Dito po, Madam Chair, sa in the Techno Hub, they will have a venue wherein they will have peers and they will have colleagues that are of the same interest, Madam Chair. So for their skills and upskilling, Madam Chair, di tuloy-tuloy ang kanilang pag-ano. At they will have a conducive environment for them to hone their skills, Madam Chair.
Okay, maraming salamat, Honorable Lim. Ito nakikita naman natin ang kahalagahan nito po. At saka rin yung mga iba pang initiatives natin with regard to the establishment of economic zones. Made the presiding officer request or ask the reporting committee chair if you will be interested to include in the recommendation the creation also of an ad hoc, parang ad hoc team, hindi ko alam kung committee that will help monitor or understand yung lahat ng mga initiatives na ito. Kasi ang bibigat nito na trabaho, but I think kailangan na rin ng tulong ni na Attorney Fernandez in helping all the stakeholders then appreciate nga itong mga initiatives po na nangyayari.
Madam Chair, if you will agree with me, I think that would be best be referred to the Committee on ICT, Madam Chair. Them being
the Committee on ICT
Information and Communication Technology, Madam Chair.
Okay. So actually hindi lang po yung dito, pati na rin yung dun sa economic zone, sa agri-tourism zone, para lang tayo para nasusundan din po natin, para nakakapag-input din po tayo kung ano yung mga pwede nating i-input. But maybe I will take note of that na lang as a possible recommendation in subsequent committee of other committees, maybe. Sige.
On the part of the LE committee, Madam Chair, our resource person recommended that there be a parallel development of skills, Madam Chair, for call centers. Meaning there should be ready training of call center agents. If you will put up, Madam Chair, a techno hub, you must be ready with the call center agents. Okay. So, in parallel to the techno hub, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lim. And magaganda ho itong mga initiatives na ito. Kaya I was reminded by our secretariat, kailangan na talaga yung LEDIPO or anong committee? The and Communications Office. Kasi ho, kailangan talaga ng particular office na tututok din po sa mga bagay na ito. Maybe just a reminder to each and everyone kung paano maiisulong yung iba ring mga parallel support mechanisms para maisulong ang lahat na ito. Honorable Encabo.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. As Chairman of ICT Committee, I agree with Bukal Maelim. Magkaroon po sana tayo ng training center for possible call center agent. And I ask Bukal Maelim kung we will ask TESDA kung mayroon po silang similar training po para call center agent para po matulungan din natin ma-assist po ang ating mga kabayan na magkaroon po sila ng idea or know-how para po sa ganung trabaho, Madam Chair.
Okay, noted, Honorable Encabo. And in connection with that, maybe we will entrust the concerned committee. Kayo nga po pala ang committee
Yes,
ng
Madam Chair. Yes,
ICT. You can, the Honorable Encabo is requested to make the necessary initial coordination, or maybe on behalf of the committee, motu proprio, mapag-usapan po ninyo kung ano po ang mga pwedeng subsequent initiatives, kagaya nga po yung mga proposals na nababanggit ngayon, para ma-complement yung mga sinisimulan po ngayon. So, hindi i-refer ko pa po ba? Hindi ko na siguro i-refer. We will just take note, we will just wait for the recommendation of the committee. You can do that naman po, motu proprio. Ano po? Thank you, Honorable Encabo.
Maraming salamat
yes,
po.
Honorable Lim.
Again, Madam Chair, with that, I move, Madam Chair, that the committee report number 372-2024 of the Joint Committee on Local Economic Enterprise, Public Partnership and Investment Promotion, and the Committee on Science, Information and Communication Technology be adopted, Madam Chair. I so move.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Committee Report 372-2024, as rendered by Honorable Lim on behalf of the joint committees, is now adopted.
And moving further, Madam Chair, that the proposed resolution stipulated in the recommendation be adopted, Madam Chair. I'd be included in the business of the day, Madam Chair. I so move.
And likewise, the resolution being recommended in the adopted committee report will be included in the business for the day.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Lim. Yes, Honorable Leva.
May I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Education for the committee report with regards to the MOA with Sibuyao National High School.
Honorable Danny Red is recognized.
Madam Chair, I formally move for the adoption of the this representation. Formally moves for the adoption of upon the granting authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and between the provincial government of Marinduque and Sibuyao National High School. Madam Chair, I so move.
So the committee is recommending for the granting of authority, Honorable Red.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Any objection to the adoption of the committee report and recommendation by Honorable Red? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The committee report favorably endorsing the granting of authority to Honorable Governor Pres B. Velasco to enter into MOA with Sibuyao National High School is now adopted. Thank you, Honorable Red.
Madam Chair, and the accompanying resolution be transferred to business of the day in today's portion, Madam Chair.
And also the recommended resolution will be included in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Red. Honorable Mercado is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. The committee favorably recommends for the granting of authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and between the provincial government of Marinduque and Department of Health for Health Development CHD Mimaropa. I so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Mercado. Before the approval, may the presiding officer be clarified. Ito po kasi yung mga MOA na kung saan nagkakaroon tayo ng access sa ilang maliliit na pondo na ibinababa ng DOH. Dito po sa MOA na ito ay we were allocated 2 million. So, meron po ba kayang specific programs na napaggagamitan nito? Or ito ba'y pwedeng gamitin sa sa hospital or sa specific program ng DOH ba ito, or sino po ang implementing office nito? PHO, MOOE po kasi, so that we will know kung ano po yung pinagagamitan din ng mga ibinababa sa ating funds. Okay, I think we understand na ano po, na kare-refer din kasi nito.
Madam Chair.
Apo, ang medyo question ho ng presiding officer ay, meron na po bang specific program na paggagamitan yung 2 million?
Under the MOA po, yung responsibilities po ng LGU is nakalagay po dito. Number 3, responsibilities of LGU. The LGU shall prepare a work on financial plan for the amount which will be downloaded. The fund will be used to support and implementation of the Healthy Settings Program, Healthy Communities, which shall include, andito po nakalagay yung mga
Opo,
item.
ida-download na nga po sa atin kasi may nasubmit na work and financial plan at pumasok siya sa MOOE. Pero lump sum po yung nakalagay dito, 2 million, pwedeng gamitin sa accountable forms, representation expense, training expense, hanggang sa semi-expendable expense. Ang tanong ho ng presiding officer ay, ito po ba ay, ano po ang pinopondohan nito, specific program? Kasi siya, at kung PHO ho kasi ang mag-i-implement nito, ano ho ang pagkakaiba nito doon po sa regular funds na binibigay ho natin sa PHO? Yun lang ho yung ano natin. Or meron ba itong specific program na paggagamitan? Sa bakuna ba or sa... Baka po pwedeng matanong lang natin. I understand the dilemma of bukal din dahil ngayon din lang ito na-refer. Yes, Honorable.
Siguro po ay mas mainam kasi 3 referral naman ito. Plus may mga iba pang referral. Pagsamasamahin na lang po natin yung referral sa health at pag-usapan na lang po muna ng one time with the Provincial Health Office.
Will that be okay po, Bukal din?
Yes, okay
so
po.
So that we can get additional information.
Okay po. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mercado. So, there will be a deferment on this particular, and we will give the committee ample time to gather the necessary information. Thank you, Honorable Opis.
Okay.
Yes, Honorable Leva.
We now go to that closes our committee reports. We don't have any unfinished business. Sorry. Proposed resolution of the Committee on Education. May I ask that to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Education?
Honorable Danny Red will render a committee report on the item. Alam ko, medyo pagod na ang Republika ng Pilipinas. I could feel.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Honorable Red, the committee, the resolution with regard to Landi, what is the recommendation of the committee?
Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of a resolution expressing the provincial government of Marinduque congratulations and commendation the STEM learners, coaches, and the entire administration of Landi National High School for reaping the top awards in the International Student Research Fair 2024 hosted by the Science Association of Indonesia. Awardees, Kathleen Grace Racelis, Gold Awardee, research title, Solar Driven Hydrothermal Liquefaction of Different Plastic Waste for Biocrude Oil Production. Number 2, Mark Levy A. Roldan, Gold Awardee. Research title, TikTok Feeder, a time-controlled automatic feeding system for commercial poultry farming. Number 3, Christopher Gerardo R. Diana, Silver Awardee, research title, Exploring Kapok Tree, Siba Pontrada, Cotton as a sustainable source for making publication and feasibility analysis. Number 4, Jerome R. Mago and Christopher Neil Palatino, Silver Awardee, research title, Tilaok Incubator, Solar Power Egg Hatcher with Temperature Controlled Automation System. I so move, Madam Chair.
So the committee po ay nire-recommenda na aprubahan ang proposed resolution.
Yes, Madam Chair.
And there is a pending motion from the reporting committee chair for the adoption of the committee report favorably endorsing the approval of the proposed resolution number 2024-624. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Committee report as rendered by the chair of the Committee on Education on proposed resolution number 2024-624 is now adopted. Thank you, Honorable Red.
And Madam Chair, and resolution be transferred to business of the day, Madam Chair.
And likewise, the recommended resolution will be transferred to business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Red.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the Vice Chairperson of the Committee on Good Government for its committee report.
Honorable Caballes is recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, this representation moves for the adoption of proposed resolution number 2024-625, resolution commending the Land Transportation Office or LTO Marinduque under the leadership of Mr. Leonard Gabuna for their tireless effort to promote road safety in the province of Marinduque through the Road Safety Advocacy Campaign and free theoretical driving courses.
There is a pending motion for the adoption of the committee report as rendered by Honorable Caballes, favorably recommending the approval of proposed resolution number 2024-625. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The committee report and its recommendation is now adopted.
That closes our committee reports. We now go to the calendar of business.
Is there any manifestation for this particular recommended resolution to be transferred to business for the day?
Madam Presiding Officer, further move that the said resolution be transferred to business for the day.
Thank you, Honorable Caballes.
Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Eva.
We now go to the calendar of business. We don't have any unfinished business. For the first item in the business for the day is the proposed resolution number 2024-623. May I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Tourism, Development, and Cultural Heritage for the sponsorship of the said measure.
Honorable Tres Mangkukang is recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer. Here's the draft proposed resolution of the Committee on Tourism, Development, and Cultural Heritage, number 2024-623, entitled A Resolution Officially Naming the 4 Stages Play known as Sinaculo and being played during the Holy Week in Buwak as Dula ng Marinduque, and further amending for the purpose all programs, activities, and communications related thereto. Whereas the Sinaculo in Spanish is one of the highlights of the observance of Lenten season, particularly the Holy Week in the province of Marinduque, which is a play that reenacts the Passion of Jesus Christ in a theatrical setting and performed by the volunteer members of the community. Whereas, as traced in local history, the Sinaculo is part of the Moriones Holy Week tradition of the province, which started in 1807 when Father Dionisio Santiago, then parish priest in Magpog, Marinduque, mounted a play based on the story of the Roman soldier who speared the side of the crucified Jesus, based from the Gospel of John. Whereas the Sinaculo is presented in 4 parts as follows. First, unang dula, ang lumang tipan presented on Holy Wednesday. Second, ikalawang dula, ang bagong tipan presented during Holy Thursday. Third, kalbaryuhan during Good Friday. And fourth, pugutan during Black Saturday. Whereas, during the committee hearing called for by the Committee on Tourism Development and Cultural Heritage, the current director of the Sinaculo and tourism consultant, Mr. Rufino Malitaw Jr., recommended bringing back the name of the Sinaculo to Dula ng Marinduque, since it was the name being used before. Whereas, based from the recommendation of the Committee on Tourism Development and Cultural Heritage, as contained in its committee report number 365-2024, and on motion of its chairperson, Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, duly seconded, it was resolved as it is hereby resolved to officially name the 4 stages play known as Sinaculo that is being played during the Holy Week in Buwak as Dula ng Marinduque, and further amending for the purpose all programs, activities, and communications related thereto. Further, resolved further that this resolution is without prejudice to the recommendations of the Provincial Tourism Development Council and concerned stakeholders after due consultations made for the purpose. Resolved finally that copies of this resolution be furnished to all concerned for their information, guidance, and appropriate action. So, Madam Chair, here's the draft of the proposed resolution. And this representation formally moves for the passage of this resolution in this session. I so move, Madam Chair.
Is that a second to the motion? Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Chair, just a statement of facts, Madam Chair, on line 24 to 27, because it was stated there during the committee hearing called for by the Committee on Tourism, Development and Cultural Heritage, the concurrent director of the Sinaculo, tourism consultant, Mr. Rufino, recommended bringing back the name of Sinaculo to Dula ng Marinduque since it was the team. I think hindi po ganun ang pangyayari kasi ang nagpapabago po nito ay si Danny Mandia. Because according to him, the Sinaculo came from the word Sena, meaning Last Supper. Kaya ang ano po ni Danny, mali yung paggamit natin ng Sinaculo kasi nagasimula kita sa Old Testament, New Testament, tapos ganon. Kaya parang ang pagkaalam ko po doon sa committee meeting ay baka po meron ng friction yung at ang nagpapabago po talaga nito ay si Danny Mandia. Hindi man si Mr. Malitaw. Ang kay Mr. Malitaw naman, may napakita naman siya na na ang tawag nila nun ay Pasyong Dula. Kaya nag-agree sila na sige, kung ayaw mo yung Sinaculo, gawin nating Dula ng Marinduque.
Okay.
Ayaw nga gamitin ni Danny Mandia yung Sinaculo, pero yung mga tao, kahit anong bago mo, ang pa rin ay Sinaculo.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Honorable Caballes.
Madam Chair, I second the sentiments of Bukal Jojo Leva dahil kung makikita niyo po yung mga recent post nitong nakaraang Sinaculo, naungkat na naman po yung controversy. Actually, nag-aaway, may kaunting friction po sa Facebook at kung tingnan niyo po yung profile ni Director Danny Mandia, dami pong nag-comment na naman na nag-spark na naman po yung hindi pagkakaintindihan ng mga sinukulista tsaka nung ating director from last year. At gaya po ng sabi ni Bukal Jojo, talagang hindi po mababago tingin ko ng isang simpleng resolution yung title nung kung paano natin na-refer yung paggunita natin
Dahil
ng
yun na ang naging
line activity.
tradisyon. Yun ang
Tsaka,
nakikisnan.
ang isa pa pong danger dito ay baka mag-backfire na naman po sa provincial government na napakilaman na naman po natin yung tradisyon ng mga sinukalista at mga Marinduqueño dahil malabas pa ito sa mga poster, sa mga media postings, sa lahat ng communications ay siguro po dapat at least kung may ganito po kalaking o kahalagang mungkahi ay dapat po ay may at ano ko lang po kung meron po na konsulta na samahan ng mga sinukulista o iba pa pong mga notable na persons o kahit po yung simbahan tungkol dito.
Any clarification, Honorable Mangkukang?
Madam Chair, ang atin lang pong naimbitahan nung tayo ay nagkaroon ng committee hearing ay ang Director Rufino Malitaw Jr., si Director Danny Mandia at ang ating Provincial Tourism Officer at ang membro ng lupo ng turismo.
So
Madam
wala
Chair.
pang stakeholders consultation talaga in a broader
Wala
sense?
po, wala po po.
Hindi pa rin po, ito po hindi pa rin ba napag-usapan sa Provincial Tourism and Development Council? Provincial Tourism Development Council.
Hindi po po,
Cultural.
Madam Chair, sa committee
So,
po,
wala
sa committee
pa
po
rin.
ng
Kaya nakalagay without prejudice to the recommendation of the, baka nga it may be prudent na intayin yung recommendation before the resolution is adopted para lahat ay nakonsulta muna. Okay, what is the sentiment of the others? Yes, Honorable Rihano. Okay. Okay. Honorable Rihano. Okay, can we hear from Honorable Encabo first, then Honorable Leva? Yes, Honorable Encabo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I agree with my mga kasama rito kasi usually it is sa simbahan po talaga yung sinakulo. Have we consulted yung mga church leader natin? Kasi po, kahit sa ang parte ng Pilipinas, same play. Ang tawag po nila ay sinakulo. Ay pagdating po rito, may sarili kitang gobyerno. Parang ganun pa dumating po sa atin. Dula ng Marinduque. Pero ang piniplay po natin is well known sa buong bansa na sinakulo talaga.
Okay.
Opo, yun lang po,
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair.
So you are manifesting some reservation.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Opo.
Thank you. The same with Bukal Mercy. Yes, Honorable Lim first, then Honorable Leva.
Madam Chair, I would just want to ask if we have a tourism council. Do we have a cultural council, Madam
Yes,
Chair?
we have. The Culture and Heritage.
Culture and Heritage Council, Madam Chair, siguro po. Hindi lamang Tourism Council because siguro po ay Cultural Heritage Council po talaga ang authority.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Lim. Yes, Honorable Leva.
Siguro po yun ang prudent way talaga. Dapat ay dun muna magmula sa kanila. Kasi pag nagbago po natin yan, hindi na po si Danny Mandia ang nagpabago niyan. Kita na po ang nagpabago niyan. Wala po pinag-iba yan sa kari-kari. Ang sabi po sa Maynila, ang kari-kari ay may bagoong. Pero pagdating dito po sa may dugo po ang kari-kari. Pero yun pa rin po ang nagamit natin. Kahit po sabihin natin yan po ay hindi man sinakulo sa pananaw ni Danny Mandia, pero sa pananaw ng taga Marinduque, yan po ang sinakulong Marinduque. Kasi yun po ang mangyayari dyan. Yun po ang nakikita ko. Kasi minsan pa pong binago ay tara na sa sinakulo. Laging nasabi po ng mga tao, tara na, kahit ano po sa copy-paste, tama po yung kay ano, puro sinakulo po ang nakalagay doon. Wala pong gumamit nung dulang Marinduque. Ayaw po nga ni ipagamit nila at madadamay daw po ang Santa Cruz. Ayan po ay dulang buwaklaan.
So, taking into consideration some of the inputs ng ating mga kasama, will the proponent possibly make some reconsideration first with regard to this, or you want to proceed? Yes, Honorable Mangkukang.
Madam Chair, pakinggan po natin ang mga sentimento ng ating mga kagalangan na kasamahan dito at lahat po nga ay may punto. Kahit po anong ako ay nanood nung unang gabi, ano po yung unang dula, ang Lumang Tipan. Lahat po ng tao na pumapasok at lumalabas at yung MC, lahat sinakulo talaga ang sinasabi. So talagang that's tradition, ito na yung naka-mindset talaga sa mga ninuno pa natin na namana ng generation ngayon. Kaya kahit ako po talaga is medyo talagang, kaya tama lang po na nagkaroon ng kanya-kanyang obserbasyon at kanya-kanyang sentimento ang bawat isa para po at least further ay ma-defer natin ito at mapag-aralan pa kung kailangan natin mag-invite ng mga stakeholders. Tama po yung sinabi ng gentleman from Santa Cruz, Honorable Ismailim, na we have to invite or we have to establish the Cultural Council of the province ano po, to discuss this further kasi malalim po ito. Ano po at talagang maraming tao talaga na yung sabihin nga natin ay sanay na sa pangalang ito ng sinakulo na agad-agad babaguhin natin dahil nga po kung titingnan naman po at pag-aaral natin sinasabi ni Director Danny Mandia, sinakulo from Sena is talagang Last Supper. Ano po, simula talaga yan ng pagpasok ng palaspas, linggo, Palm Sunday talaga hanggang sa pagkabitay ano po ni Judas. Yan po na talaga yan. Pero yun nga, ito na yung kinagisna natin dito. At ito na talaga, kahit baguhin natin, sinakulo pa rin. Kahit ako po talaga, sinakulo, kaliwa, kanan, likod, harap. Sinakulo talaga lahat yung mga tao. Nandiyan na, kasi mula ng sinakulo. Lahat. Even the MC, kahit kinorek na pasyong dalo, sinakulo pa din. So talaga pong mahirap na siyang tanggalin. Ano po yung brand, Madam Chair?
So with that, willing po ba ang proponent na i-reconsider muna ito? At ang probably ang i-refer natin dun sa council, sa Culture and Heritage Council, ay ang rekomendasyon ni Mr. Mandia, but not the resolution yet. So it is up to them to act on it if they will recommend favorably sa atin for consideration. Pero tama rin, meron ngang nagko-call ng konting input, nagbibigay ng konting input, kung yun na ang tradisyon at kultura, ay tama ba na i-legislate? I-legislate? Can culture be legislated? Ang kultura kasi ay nag-evolve sa paglipas ng panahon. Hindi siya isinasa batas. So yan. Yes, Honorable...
Dagdag ko lang pong example.
Leva?
Minsan po yung City of Pasay, ginawa po yung Rizal City. Pero nasanay po ang natatana ang tao, ang tawag po ay Pasay City, Pasay City. Hanggang sa ngayon po, binalik po sa Pasay City kasi yun po ang nakasanayan ng tao. Ganon din po yan kahit baguhin pa po nating dulang Marinduque yan, kung ang sanay ng tao sa sinakulo, mamumutawi pa rin po yung salitang sinakulo.
And besides, may the presiding officer just share, para kasi sa iba, pag sinabing senakulo, may certain degree of sanctity, sacredness. Hindi siya ordinaryong dula na term na parang understatement nung kwento na ipinapakita. Na dula sa radyo, dula sa TV. This is walang senakulo sa radyo, senakulong ano. So maybe we just need to be prudent. So with that, can we act on this?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Will the proponent be willing to make a reconsideration for this para mapag-aralan further? So do you want to withdraw this particular proposed resolution for now?
Yes, Madam Chair, I formally move to withdraw temporarily the proposed measure until further
A
notice.
new recommendation from the
Recommendation
council.
from the council.
Okay.
I so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mangkukang. Yes, Honorable Lim?
Madam Chair, since napag-usapan na rin po yung kare-kare, kakagutom na po.
Wala. Malapit na po. I think malapit na naman tayo. So there is a withdrawal, but maybe pwede sigurong ang i-refer formally ay ang ipinarating sa committee kasi we also have an adopted committee report kung saan the body took notice of the recommendation of the good director to change it to another term. And maybe yun ang ating i-refer sa concerned council for their comment or recommendation for the SP to act on it. So will that be okay? So requesting our good secretary to make the necessary communication to the Committee on Cultural Heritage Council. Yun. For informing them of the proposal or recommendation manifested to the committee by the good director for their comment or recommendation. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Mangkukang. Yes, any other? Mayroon pa nga pala, no?
The next item, Madam Presiding Officer,
Kala ko announcement na.
is the MOA with Sibuyaw National High School.
Okay. Just the formal motion for the resolution, Honorable Red.
Madam Chair, I formally moves for the approval of granting authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and between the provincial government of Marinduque and the Sibuyaw National High School. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The resolution granting authority to Honorable Governor Presbitero Velasco Jr. to enter into a memorandum of agreement for and on behalf of the provincial government of Marinduque with Sibuyaw National High School is now approved.
The next item is the proposed resolution number 2024-624. May I ask that we recognize again the Honorable Red.
Honorable Red is again recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I move for the approval of a resolution expressing the provincial government of Marinduque congratulations and commendation the STEM learners, coaches, and the entire administration of Landi National High School for reaping the top awards in the International Students Research Fair hosted by the Science Association of Indonesia. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Rejano, Honorable Encabo, Honorable Lim. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution expressing the provincial government of Marinduque's congratulations and commendation to the STEM learners, coaches, and the entire administration of Landi National High School for reaping top awards in the ISRF 2024 is now approved.
The next item is the proposed resolution number 2024-625. May I ask that we recognize the Honorable Caballes.
Honorable Caballes is recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, this representation moves for the adoption of a resolution commending the Land Transportation Office, LTO Marinduque, under the leadership of Mr. Leonard Gabuna for their tireless effort to promote road safety in the province of Marinduque through the Road Safety Advocacy Campaign and free theoretical driving courses.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution commending LTO under the leadership of Mr. Leonard Gabuna for their tireless efforts to promote road safety in the province of Marinduque is now approved.
The next item is the various resolutions out of the committee report number 371-2024. May I ask to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Appropriation.
Honorable Lim is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Majority Floor Leader. Madam Chair, I move for an omnibus motion for the passage of the following resolutions stipulated in the recommendation of the Committee Report 371-2024. To wit, number 1, resolution appropriating the total amount of 1,655,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Livelihood Manpower Development Public Employment Service Office, LMD Peso, subject to availability of funds. Number 2, resolution appropriating the total amount of 10,400,000 pesos for various MOE under the Office of the Governor, subject to availability of funds. The details are stipulated in the proposed resolution. Number 3, resolution appropriating the total amount of 4,410,000 pesos for various MOE and capital account of Santa Cruz District Hospital, SCDH, subject to availability of funds. Resolution appropriating the total amount of 452,920 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Warden's Office, PWO, subject to availability of funds. Resolution appropriating the total amount of 872,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Government and Environmental and Natural Resources Office, PGNRO, subject to availability of funds. Number 6, resolution appropriating the total amount of 760,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Budget Office, PBO, subject to availability of funds. Number 7, resolution appropriating the total amount of 25,177,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Marinduque Provincial Hospital, MPH, subject to availability of funds. Number 8, resolution appropriating the total amount of 800,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Office of the Provincial Administrator, subject to availability of funds. Number 9, resolution appropriating the total amount of 550,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Legal Office, PLO, subject to availability of funds. Resolution appropriating total amount of 500,000 pesos under the Office of the Vice Governor intended for the conduct of a legislative caravan and exhibit, Legislative Summit Annual Congress, subject to availability of funds. And finally, a resolution reverting the amount of 70,000 pesos from MOE under General Services expense to Capital Outlay Information and Communication Technology expense intended for the purchase of a 1-unit laptop computer for the use of the Office of Honorable Jose Neril Manggol, SP member. Madam Chair, I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The omnibus motion is approved. The various resolutions providing supplemental appropriations to the following offices as follows: 1,655,000 for LMD Peso, 10,400,000 for Office of the Governor, 4,410,000 for Santa Cruz District Hospital, 452,920 pesos for Provincial Warden Office, 872,000 for PGNRO, 760,000 for Provincial Budget Office, 25,177,000 for Marinduque Provincial Hospital, 800,000 for Provincial Administrator's Office, 550,000 for Provincial Legal Office, 500,000 for Office of the Vice Governor, and the reversion of 70,000 pesos from MOOE to other general service expense to capital outlay under the office of SP, tama ba? SP Legislative are all now approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Presiding Officer, the next item in the business for the day is the accompanying resolution of the Committee on Local Economic Enterprise.
Yes, Honorable Lim.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Mr. Presiding Officer, Madam Chair and Mr. Floor Leader. Madam Chair, I move for the passage of a resolution authorizing Honorable Governor Presbyterio J. Velasco Jr. to apply for the establishment of an information technology park or center, Marinduque Techno Hub, from the Philippine Economic Zone Authority or PESA. Madam Chair, I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Presbyterio J. Velasco Jr. to apply for the establishment of an information technology park or center, Marinduque Techno Hub, from the PESA is now approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lim.
That's all for the business for the day. We don't have any unassigned business. We don't have any proposed ordinance and resolution for third and final reading.
The session is now adjourned until next Friday, April 12.